What's good? My name is FlemLo Raps. I want to welcome y'all to episode 4 of Let Me Talk My Shit. Today's video is going to cover the Xbox One's latest update, which includes backwards compatibility and a couple of other small changes, changes to the interface, things like that. This was supposed to be a video, essentially a review of me going in and kind of giving Microsoft some props for finally updating their system. But as I was kind of looking everything up, my mind took it a whole nother way. So y'all know how I do, man. So I'm gonna rant on, dude. It's a good one, I promise you. Go ahead and check it out. If you did not see the first 3 episodes of this series, they all go fucking hard. I got them all in the playlist. Be sure to check that out. And if you fucks with the video, click the thumbs up. If you fucks with me, FlemLo Raps, go ahead and subscribe then, son. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. If I asked you, why do companies put out unfinished products? I'm sure there are many logical explanations for this. Deadlines, pressure from upper management, trying to keep up with the competition. Maybe it's because it's cheaper to put the product out and have consumers beta test it for you. Xbox One launched in November 2013, and honestly as I can say to you, at launch, the system sucked. After I got over the initial Xbox One novelty, I started to realize that I had made a mistake. This system was slower than my damn 360. It was buggy as hell. I couldn't readily access my friends list. The party chat was completely broken. My $150 headset wasn't compatible. The one guy looked better than my cable interface, but I couldn't type in numbers, so going from channel 1035 to channel 5000 took fucking forever. My Kinect broke twice within the first 2 months. There were no games, and on top of that, my old games didn't even fucking work on my new system. Just to name a few things. 2 years later, the system has improved dramatically, and I almost made this video to praise Microsoft on improving their product over time. So I'm doing my due diligence, right? Doing my research that I do every time before making one of these videos, making sure my facts and everything are in line. I looked up a list of improvements to the system, and I'm sitting reading and I'm trying to decipher what's significant and worth talking about. And honestly, there was nothing. My list boiled down to improved but not perfect interface, improved party chat, easier to access your friends list, voice command improvements, overall smoother performance from the system, and backwards compatibility, kind of, sort of. And I'm like, Flem, all that shit should have been there already, dude. The problem is the product dropped and it was completely unfinished, but that's obvious. My question is why? Now, I can only speculate, so I thought about it on the drive home from work, and here's what my mind did. Here's where my mind decided to go with it, right? So I wanted to share it with y'all. We live in a time where digital hot fixes and patches and updates are a common occurrence, and it's great when some jackass figures out how to get inside a wall in your favorite FPS game. You can send out a patch, jackass can no longer get inside the wall. Cool. It's great in a lot of situations, like the good DLC, holiday themed Easter eggs, or as a way to fix any number of exploits and issues in online gaming. I believe that over time, companies got lazy. I think they started to use this as a crutch. They got to the point where they understood what hardware features were essential, and they started selling you a bare bones product with the intentions of securing your money up front, and then maybe if they got enough of that money, they take a portion of that money that comes in and invest it, and then the digital fixes for the problems that they knowingly neglected come later. Now, I have no problem with a day 1 update, but a day 731st update that fixes an issue that should have never existed in the first damn place, that's a problem. I just refuse to believe that with the technology that exists today, Microsoft was unable to ship my Xbox One with a fully functional party chat system, or at least have it fixed within the first month. As far as backwards compatibility, I believe that Microsoft has leverage, bruh. If you really wanted that shit to happen, you could have made it happen. I know a few publishers have been hesitant to allow their games to be used in this capacity, but now that there are over 100 titles available for backwards compatibility and more coming, what changed? I'm sure Microsoft has a certain level of influence. It's hard to believe that a company like Microsoft just does random shit and random things just happen to go a random way. I'm a small YouTuber and everything I do has purpose. There's logic and thought put into all of it. It doesn't all work, but I think about all of it and I plan it out. I'm pretty sure a huge ass company is the same way times like 100,000 or whatever number sounds really big to you, right? The same way I am on a whole nother level is basically what I'm trying to get at, right? So when Xbox One launched with what are considered by many people as being some of the worst games ever, Call of Duty Ghosts and Titanfall, which came out a few months after launch, made by Activision and Respawn respectively, both had deals with Microsoft at the time, and I find that shit very interesting. Microsoft had a vested interest in both games selling well. Is it possible that they sabotaged their own system in order to guarantee higher sales for both of those games due to the fact that we had basically nowhere else to turn? No new games? Can't play the old games? I'm just saying. It would be a really smart move, a really evil fucking smart move, but a really smart move nonetheless. So we all bought both of those games and most of us were disappointed. Would a company stoop this low in order to secure their financial future? Or just to make some extra millions? Sure they would. Doesn't mean Microsoft did, but if it came out tomorrow that that's exactly what happened, I would not be shocked at all. Today, my Xbox One is finally the machine I expected at launch. It's not perfect, but most of the issues from launch have finally been addressed. My question is, why the hell did it take so long? Now I can see what's really wrong with the system because the basic shit, like fundamental things, have been addressed. But I don't know. Am I tripping? Am I bugging out with those crazy ass speculations that Microsoft sabotaged their own products? It's possible. Let me know what y'all think in the comment sections. And if you fucks with the video, click the thumbs up button. If you fucks with me, FlemLo Raps, go ahead and subscribe then, son. Again, my name is FlemLo Raps 1.